I need to redo a book review. I was so wrong about this book. Let's get started and talk about it. This is Dawn over at Plot Chronicles. I have to tell you guys something about me. I can be kind of stubborn, and if I read something or watch something I kind of don't like, I'm like, well, I don't want to read the rest, or I don't want to watch the rest. Instead of giving it time, I need to be more patient. Okay, I started reading this book, have a 48-hour day, and there were just a few things that were kind of irritating at the beginning of the book. I thought, well, I'm going to finish this book, but I don't really like it, but my friend gave it to me, so I'm going to finish it. Well, there are some golden nuggets of wisdom in this book, and bottom line is that I thought, oh, all this guy wants you to do all day long is just accomplish things and never rest and never have fun and whatever. Well, I won't do this review, a long review, but I'm going to say, have you ever heard anyone say, work at something you love and you never work a day in your life? That's basically what this guy's about. And he is all about efficiency, getting rid of time wasters, and obviously spending time doing things that you love. But learning to work at a more efficient pace and getting more done. And so he looks at little ways you can tweak things. And I actually think it's really smart. And in this book, he told a story. Him and his wife, married, they were both working really hard. He, had started a business and was working 10 to 12 hours a day, but he loved the business and loved what he was doing. He was always in the cleaning business, okay? And his wife, they had 6 children, I think within 6 or 7 years. And I think she was also finishing college. So, I mean, this family was busy. They had a home and they were fixing it up, but they could only do a little bit at a time. Well, they received a check for $150, and in this book he said, hey, you know what? We're going to go out on the town. And at first when I read it, I thought he meant going dinner and dancing and below the 150. He said, do you think we did that? No. He said, what we did is put the kids to bed early. We got some materials because we wanted to finish laying some brick and doing something. I don't know if it was a grill, but basically doing some home type building, updating your home, making it nicer, because there were home projects, but because of money, they could only do one thing at a time and prioritize. I know how that feels. That's exactly how I do it. I'd love to do everything at once, but I can only prioritize and do one thing at a time. This week, it was $400 tree work. Now, next week, I think it might be something else. I mean, you know how it is when you own a home. But they took that $150, and instead of going out to eat and relaxing, and he said, actually, if you do work at the things you love doing, you don't get tired, you get energized. And so I was thinking of this, because I work a lot, that, here's this guy, all he wants you to do is work, but he means work at things you love, because really it is true. If you lay around, and this is just my opinion, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying a movie or going out to eat, I'm not saying so, but a lot of times, people that are really driven, they don't really enjoy sitting around relaxing, and it's okay to do that, but I mean, if you sit around all day and binge watch something, maybe if you had something that you were working on, and this is where he was working towards things that basically he was wanting, to build a business and things. So all the things he was working on brought him joy. And so he basically, it wasn't like he was just working and never resting. His work was his rest, is what I was trying to get to. That was his joy. And so it was like he was playing because he was loving what he was doing. And I should have read more of the book before just jumping on the bandwagon. I just didn't like at the beginning of the book when he was trying to get the guy to clean more bathrooms and get more done in a shorter period of time. I thought, oh, and it just reminded me of how a lot of jobs are nowadays, and I didn't like that. But I'm actually going to go through this book and highlight it because he does give a lot of good tips. In my life right now, because I work a lot, there are still times that I waste time. And so I'm going through constantly looking at ways I can tweak and improve things. And I'm sure maybe you guys may feel the same way in your life. But this Have a 48-Hour Day does have some really good nuggets of wisdom in it. So I wanted to redo this, and I'm not doing another one of these book reviews unless I've 100% completely read the book. So come back tomorrow because I'm doing a book review on something that A book that I thought I wasn't liking or enjoying, but the ending was something. But I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Bye.